Turn it back out. LeBron and Steph have oddly switched spots. Swish out, shout out, swish out. Let's go.
All right, man. The playoffs, they've been extremely exciting, very unpredictable. They've taken wild turn after wild turn after wild turn, and it's just hard to process in one sitting. So, kind of like last week, I literally just want to vent. Let's start with the most exciting, for obvious reasons, yet surprising, at least to me, series so far, Golden State versus LA. This Warriors team is pretty flawed, and they're just not quite the same as last year. And we've seen it throughout the season. We've talked about it a lot, but it's kind of been hidden by Steph's heroics and Clay's heroics, etc. But against a team like the Lakers that's very defensively sound, it's really exposed. The Warriors, they just don't have enough consistent help offensively for Steph. And to me, they're too reliant on how magical he can be, which ultimately makes them one-dimensional. Also, that team is way too reliant on three-pointers, and in this specific series, they can't really attack the rim because of how dominant Anthony Davis has been defensively. Fun fact, they've already shot 65 more three-pointers than LA. Anthony Davis has a 100 defensive rating in this specific series. That's insane. And AD's been so disruptive defensively and such a presence defensively that Steve Kerr's pulling every trick out of his bag to really try to work around that man's length. In game 2, it was the Jermichael Green game, where they took Kevon Looney out the starting lineup. He was sick, but I think it was partially strategic as well. And you really can't play Kevon Looney and Draymond Green on the same court against that team because you just don't have enough offense. And it worked. Jermichael Green hit enough shots. The offense was spread out. Klay Thompson had a big game, man. You pulled AD away from the basket. It was a good chess move, and it worked for that specific game. Game 3 was just a defensive masterclass from Anthony Davis. Like, this man is so versatile defensively where he can still switch on the guard or Stephen Curry on the high pick and roll and still recover to the screener if need be. When Golden State plays Kevon Looney, which they still have to for rebounds, he can kind of camp out in the paint, cover whatever side the ball is on, and still recover to the weak side of the defense because of his length. And when Golden State attacks the basket, which they really can't do too much, he can alter whatever shot at the rim with one hand and play the passing lane with the other. Like, it is all-time type of defensive stuff that we're seeing.
I'm not gonna lie. Looking at these highlights, they just rushing. They just rushing things. That's all, bro. They're trying to move too fast for a team that's not fast. As I said, because they 3 best players, they older, so they shouldn't be trying to move this fast.
From Anthony Davis. It's not like Golden State hasn't really had their chances. They've actually shot 26 more shots than LA. They're winning the rebound differential against LA. They're just struggling to score in the half court, really, against Anthony Davis. Jordan Poole, he's just struggling, and it seems like
he's garbage. I'm not. Nah. Look, man, Jordan Poole. I don't know. People keep bringing up the Draymond thing from the beginning of the season. Man, look. He gotta step up, man. He the reason they losing. This dude's supposed to be third splash, bro. That's what everybody was saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, he supposed to be third splash, bro. Like, what is he doing? He had a donut. He had a donut last game, bro. 0 for 4. Like, dude, like, you only played day long. They pulled you right up out of it. They said you weren't ready for this smoke. Coach said, you know what? No, we can't do this. You gotta get together, bro. You need to help your team win. We don't need these. No, well, I ain't gonna say we, but they don't need. Like, dude, if you trying to look, the Warriors gonna win if he scores something. If he hoop, Draymond need to be better too. All that trying to be play, okay, cool, whatever. But it's garbage now. Like, you choking that thing. Like, you choked. You be tripping over hesitant on layup. You just lay up the ball, bro. Like, just score the ball. Like, this is what your team need. Like, clearly this dude ain't doing it. So if you see him not doing it, you gotta do it. Don't try to depend on nobody else. You have to do it. You know what it takes. You've been here for all the championships that they won. You need to be the one scoring. If you see Jordan Poole ain't hooping, then that means you need to step up. Not no Jermichael Green. I mean, he hit some shots. Like, Looney's the rebound. He all updated, not all the way Dennis Rodman, but like rebound wise, he ain't his Dennis Rodman back. 20 a game, he gonna do that. But Draymond, you need to score more, bro. That 4.8, nobody care about that. Score the ball. He was an all-star at one point. Like, come on now. Who was the other guy? Klay Thompson, you gotta start being more consistent, bro. They gonna need you. Now look, Warriors play tonight. I believe they got it. They gonna win this game tonight. And if Game 6 Clay arrive, then they'll win Game 6. Then coming home, and I feel like they're in it. But if not,
lost all his confidence. Klay Thompson, he can't put together consistent back-to-back good playoff games. Andrew Wiggins, he's been relatively quiet. Draymond Green doesn't even look at the basket. Kevon Looney, he's not an offensive threat. Gary Payton, he's more so used in backdoor cuts for the ball movement. And everything else really just falls on 30. That's not enough for the Lakers. And everything else really just falls on 30. That's not enough for the Lakers side of things. LeBron is on the deepest team of his entire career. And I kind of thought about this heavily before I said that, but it's actually facts. He doesn't even really need this quote-unquote third star top-heavy team because they come at you in different waves. Last series, it was obviously Anthony Davis, but it was also the quote-unquote others with Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura. And then in this series, it was obviously a lot of Anthony Davis in that dominant performance he had in Game 1. And then in Game 3, when the offense stalled out in the first half, D'Lo gave him a spark, and Anthony Davis came alive in the second half. And then the shooter hit big shots. Lonnie Walker came
Warriors
out of nowhere.
miss shots and turn over the ball a lot.
D'Lo struggles and essentially gets benched in the second half, but Austin Reeves makes up for his points and gives them productivity. Lonnie Walker saved the day in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Lonnie Walker went off. He dropped 15. He was open. He was open. I don't know if it's the kicks. It got to be the kicks, because the kicks, he was open. Them kicks kind of hard. I'm not going to lie to you. It was hard.
Is if they get comfortable and Anthony Davis has like a dud game because you know he can do that from time to time. But if they're focused, I don't know if Golden State can come back from this. I'm not going to lie. Boston versus Philly. This is easily one of the toughest series to predict on a night-to-night basis because you don't know what you're getting from two stars on both teams, James Harden and Jason Tatum. In Game 1.
Oh, look at Choke Fest. No, choke artist is Draymond. I'm not gonna lie. Draymond, ultimate. Him and Poole are choke artists. Tatum, you. No, you a choke artist. I'm sorry, Tatum. You've been choking. I'm sorry. You had 36 last game, but it was a quiet 36. Nobody cared about it. You know what I'm saying? Now Harden. Now they came and they won Game 5. I love to see it. Win Game 6 now. Do not let Boston go to the conference final. Don't want to see them.
One where nobody really expected Philly to win. He came out and arguably had his greatest playoff game I've ever seen him play. Like, without Joel Embiid, he attacked the basket, he was aggressive, he didn't miss a free throw, he hit 7 threes, he only had 6 assists, which I like because that means he was aggressive. He had 15 points in the fourth quarter. Like, it was real reminiscent of Houston James Harden. And then in games 2 and 3, when Joel Embiid comes back, he was tentative again, a little bit unsure. He couldn't hit anything. He was 5 for 28 in those games collectively. Minus 33.
He was playing garbage. He was choking.
Kind of felt
He's been a choke artist.
Okay, this is the James.
You know, I heard that Chuck and them yesterday, NBA TNT, they was talking about like how James Harden. I think it was Shaq talking about how James Harden won him tweet like, yeah, B, you the MVP. Harden won you 2 games. But y'all, I'm like, And B, like the game Harden had 42, and B had like 39 in the game. The game just won yesterday, and he got like what 33, something like he hooping too. It's not like B not hooping, he hooping. Harden's supposed to be hooping with him. You know what I'm saying? Harden's supposed to do this. This is not like, oh, now Harden won a game, now he should be chilling. No, he needs to be doing this.
It's Harden that we can kind of expect around this time of year. And then in Game 4, he was incredible again. Game 4, he scores 42 points. 2 out of his top 6 performances in the playoffs as far as points came in this last week. He scored 10 out of the 15 points they scored in the fourth quarter, which they needed because Joel Embiid was kind of getting locked up by Al Horford in that fourth quarter. And he hit the big shot.
I mean, he hurt, though.
Double team Joel.
A lot of people kept saying he kept getting locked up. I'm like, Embiid was hurt, though. He kind of hurt. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a healthy Embiid would have
a little bit too late, and he hit that corner 3. And it's like, I just can't read these 2 stars. Jason Tatum, I love him, bro. Like, he's very talented, and I'm trying to view him as a superstar. But is he that guy or not? In these last 2 games, he started the games out very slow. And to me, that contributes to Boston really starting the game out very slow. Game 4, he's 1 for 9 at the half, and they're down by 9 at the half. And I believe how slow he continues to start digs them in too deep of a hole to eventually climb back from. Game 5, kind of the same thing. He's 3 for 11. They're down by 9 at the half. And by that time, Philly, they established momentum and they're dictating the pace and they're controlling the game. And James Harden and Joel Embiid, they're running pick and rolls. In Boston, they're playing from this deficit. Jaylen Brown has really been the only tone setter for this team. And that's a problem because it really should be them both. And it hasn't been. And to me,
Jaylen Brown want to get up out of there.
Philly, on the
Come
other
on,
hand,
Jaylen Brown
they
said,
come out
bro.
strong. Joel Embiid had 21 points at the first half, I believe, last night. 9 for 9 from the free throw line. Tobias Harris had 12 points. I believe Maxey and Harden had 11, and they've established that momentum. I don't know if it's Joe Mazzulla.
I feel like if they lose this series, they probably gonna blow it up. Yeah, it's gonna get blown up. Yep, it's gonna blow up. They gonna blow it all up. I just trust me, they gonna blow it. Look, Kyrie going to the Lakers next year. We already know that.
Being
So
able to ignite that team because last night in a pivotal Game 5 at home, they just came out so damn flat. Or if it's Jason Tatum supposedly being their best player and coming out way too sluggish and helping them get back in the second half, but by that time, it's a little bit too late. Denver versus Phoenix, even with the series being at 1 point tied 2 games apiece, I still don't like Phoenix's chances. I feel like Kevin Durant, outside of that one spurt he had with Golden State, he keeps finding themselves on rosters where it's him and another dominant guard, and the rest of the roster is pretty much weak. This team kind of reminds me of OKC in 2016 and Brooklyn last year. Bro, Devin Booker has been incredible, like historically great. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in the week. But in the wins they had this year, this man is averaging, in the playoffs, the wins they had this year,
40.
This man is averaging 41 points on 67, 56, 87 splits.
I'm not gonna lie. This nigga putting out a video game number. He think he Kobe. He think he MJ. Why everybody keep calling him Kobe? No. Stop. No, it's not. No. Win some championships, then we can maybe. I ain't say for sure. I said maybe because like, can you still be crying for fouls? Kobe don't cry for fouls, so stop it. And he got good defense. Devin Booker don't got good defense, so I'm not sold on this Kobe comparison.
How sustainable is that? Think about it like this. Devin Booker has basically been doing this for the majority of the playoffs, excluding last night's game.
Why everybody keep getting on Jason Tatum about the little Kobe text he posted?
0. That's
everybody on that with him.
They're relatively tight with them needing every single point Devin Booker and Kevin Durant scores, and their losses, especially in this series, they're pretty much by a significant margin. Also defensively, and we always knew this would likely be a problem for this team, they can't stop anybody. So their defense is really how much they can outgun you offensively with their 2 best players. Against the Clippers, without their 2 best players for the majority of the series and a player that historically struggles in the playoffs, the Clippers still had a 118 offensive rating. Against Denver, you know what team has the highest offensive rating in the second round? It's the Denver Nuggets. And even against Phoenix won. It was offensive fireworks from both teams.
I'm not gonna lie, Jokic,
that is, especially when
he
you
looking nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Stars like
Aiden on the other hand.
So to me, if Phoenix is actually going to have a
He a
chance,
choke
they
artist.
need
He's
Landry
garbage.
Shamet to step up like he did in Game 4. Terrence Ross to do the same. He's been good as of late. T.J. Warren the same thing.
Terrence Ross on the
and
squad.
DeAndre Ayton, he has to be engaged. Like Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Jokic. I don't know why he said his name was dominating. Like, first of all, it's corny and garbage. And, well, I'm not gonna call it garbage, but it's corny though. I'm not gonna lie. Until you can prove to me that it ain't corny, it's corny. You four points, bro. 4 points. No, you had 14 last night. That's not enough. 20 and 20. They need 20 and 20 for you. 20 and 20. KD Booker can go 30 plus. CP. At this point, just get like 10, bro. 10, 15, bro. You getting up there, so, you know what I'm saying? Just get a bunch of assists.
69 rebounds so
15
far.
and 15 for CP.
He has 41. He shouldn't be getting destroyed on the glass like he has been.
Like, how many points he got all series? But, like, Jokic, he had 53 the other night. Yeah, they lost, but, like, dude, he's torching you. He cooking you. You should have just went to Indiana.
I don't think they're still the best defensively, but I still like their position, at least in this series. Nikola Jokic is averaging a 35-point triple-double. They have 2 players averaging 24 points plus. They have 5 players averaging 14 points plus. Phoenix, they only have 2 players averaging over 11 points, and we obviously know who they are. Miami versus New York. This series has been really what I expected it to be. Ugly, low-scoring, tough. And I truly only have 2 real takeaways from watching this series so far. First of all, the Miami Heat. I'm never, ever doubting their regular season or what they did in their regular season ever again. I don't care if they're below 500, whatever. If they get in and they have Jimmy Butler, that team is going to be dangerous. That
Nah,
thing Shaq calls
Jimmy,
the-
I ain't gonna lie. Jimmy, look at that. Hey, y'all seen what Giannis was talking about, though? I'm tired of disrespect. That nigga didn't even make defensive team not once, first or second. This is we talking about Giannis. Who the is over him? I think y'all put Brooks in second. Get him up out of there. I don't care what he does. Giannis ordered just because his name is Giannis, he deserved it, and he plays, bro. I'm not mad at the Drew and Brook. That's cool, but no Giannis, not even in the second team. I know Davis wasn't up in there either, but Davis be getting hurt. But Davis is like the way he playing defense, he would have been in there. But y'all was talking about Joe Davis the first time. It was no Giannis. I didn't see Giannis. This is scary. What like? All right, whatever.
Others,
I ain't gonna lie, Butler and them, they cooking.
and they just get
I
the
want
most
Butler to
random
win the
production out of them
championship
in the
this
most
year.
pivotal
I got
times.
Jimmy Butler
Last
and them
series,
winning
It
it.
was obviously a lot of
They
Jimmy
taking it
Butler,
all.
but it was also Gabe Vincent and Caleb Martin and Kevin Love and Duncan Robinson out of nowhere. In this series, it's been a lot of Max Strus. Like, I don't quite understand it. I respect Heat culture, but what I do know
Shout out
is
Jimmy.
they had one of the best coaches in the sport. In Game 3, with that
Hey, he be
small ball
capping
lineup,
his little
pretty much
Neo
making
looking
Mitchell
at-
Robinson unplayable.
He
and
cap
Knicks
it up.
had a
Shout
hard
out
time
Clark.
driving and getting quality
I ain't gonna
looks.
lie, my
They
boy
were able
Jimmy
to
looking
stay
fresh.
the floor,
He looking
keep New York's
fresh.
offense in front of them, and without Mitchell Robinson, win that rebound differential. And then in Game 4, like Julius Randle said, I think Miami just wanted it more. They were plus 13 on the board.
Yeah, I heard Randall say that. I heard somebody else say he sound like talking like that. You must want them to win. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Plus 5 on the offensive rebounds. Caleb Martin had 3 offensive boards, and they were pivotal rebounds. And Julius Randle, one of their best players, New York's best players,
playing garbage,
he kind of
choke
checked out
artist.
to me. This
He'll
man
choke
was
artist.
extremely lazy defensively, fighting over screens. He wouldn't get back if they turned the ball over. And to me, he just can't be a
Like,
second best player at all. Even
They getting
on
him
the
up out of
offense
there.
Aside of things,
I heard,
he's really been a disaster all playoffs. Like,
Brody
he's
said
a
he
ball
wanted him out of
stopper.
there.
He struggles to play within the flow of the offense, and you can't just give him the ball like.
I seen somebody on Twitter said trade him for Cat.
As soon as he drives and
I'm
tries
like,
to take
that
man
might not be
they
bad.
collapse on him, and it's a real inefficient shot for him. So I'm just not
That
a
might
big
be
fan
not
of
bad,
Julius
though.
Randle
Not
as
a
your
lot.
second best player.
'Cause they already got a center,
RJ
but
Barrett, he's
Barrett ain't
really
going nowhere,
earned
so.
my respect throughout these playoffs. I can't lie. Jalen Brunson is doing as much as he possibly can against a great defense like that at his size. And Josh Hart, he was a great pickup, but Julius Randle being one of your pivotal players,
Yeah, he's not playing
is
good.
probably New York's ceiling with that. If you guys like this video, please like.
Hey, if I was y'all, go get Cat. Go get that center. He'll be nice. Cause I trust me, Cat. He might have said, but he'll be cool in New York, bro. He'll like it. He'll like it. New plot, new for I don't know, but.